Need to change the roll to mid. MMR 1700. We are doing 2 Lina replays here for you. First 15 minutes. Check out your notes. We had kind of like a autopilot we wanted you to get down of efficiently pushing the wave and jungling. Let's see what you got. We also talked about like hitting the range creep in order to set it up. I like this more, hitting him. Yeah, we stopped the defensive aggro, which is good. Yeah, I feel like you're already doing a lot better with that. So while he's under tower like this, CSing right now, I want you so fucking bad to just nuke him right now. Get your stacks going and just fucking wail on his ass right now. Don't worry about denying. Just fucking hit his ass. Nuke and hit. Hit, hit, hit. Notice how you're hitting? Nuke first. So that you get, what is it, like 40 attack speed or something? Yeah, you nuke now to try to get the CS. You're allowed to nuke at the beginning of the wave when it's under his tower like that, because notice how none of your creeps were dying. Like, you weren't missing any CS during that time. So that was, like, a really good way to identify a time to hit him. Positioning there, you were just too far away from the range creep. You can just be closer. Go back and block. I would have wanted you to block there. You did it late, which is better than never. So what's happening here is I need you to please hit this down to half. We talked about this when you have Dragon Slave level 2. Because what happens there is now you nuke this and this. So now notice how you're clicking it and you're now using it so late. I want you to set yourself up to nuke as soon as possible in the wave because that's giving you attack speed. So it looks like you're doing a better job, but it looks like the full message was not sent. So click the range and then, yep, perfect. That was better. That was better. You're going to walk to the other side. Yeah, this is better. You're doing it now. So I don't understand what changed, but you're doing it now. Okay, so you understand to do it. It's just not muscle memory maybe yet. I like this aggression. This is great. It would have been sick if you forded the wave here. If you forded the wave right here and ran at him, it would have been sick. You can always look to fort waves when you're diving aggressively like that. So yeah, we need to buy ourselves a salve, but it's fine. You died to Wind Ranger. I don't like hate what happened there. I do like that you were pressing your limits. Didn't quite work out this time, but I think in the long run that will make you a better player, so that was good. You did the defensive aggro thing for no reason there. I don't know what your reason is, but it wasn't what I wanted you to do there. Just nuke the wave and hit him. Yeah, he got level 6 before you, which is unfortunate, but it was because of the gank. You didn't right-click the range creep again, so we just really, really need to be... Yep, there you go. Perfect. You don't need to right-click it 3 times, just once. Nice play. I would have nuked there for attack speed. While the tower's dying. Nice, I like that. Nice, you're fine. You go jungle now. Fantastic. You're gonna go to rune. Fantastic. Nice. This is all great. This is fantastic. That was great. Now you're gonna go back jungle? No, okay, you want to pressure. That's fine. You want to pressure? That's all good. Yeah. I still think 4 points in your queue is better, but it's up to you. It seems like you really prefer the passive. Okay, PA's here for some reason. Okay, the guy's fucking done. I think you're still not utilizing the jungle camps enough, just like back and forth. You're like really trying to be aggressive on this guy. I think you're over-investing in aggression. I mean, obviously PA is just feeding you now. That was whatever. It's interesting. You did do it once, but you haven't once like pushed the lane and just like gone back to these camps and farmed them. I would have loved to see that more. But I still think what you're doing later on in the lane is far better than it was before. So a lot of progress. You know, PA's griefing and it is what it is, but You'd push this, and then you go back to jungle. Yeah, nice. We don't need to use our nuke, or our stun, I mean. Very nice. We're gonna go back to wave. I mean, he's just feeding you now, but... overall, this is far better. And you're gonna go to Ancients. Very nice. Nice stack. You go for Rune, it's not there. You go back to lane, you push it. Died. I wouldn't have expected that either. Okay. Overall, you know, I'm not gonna watch this one any further because we talked about 15 minutes and your PA is like upset for some reason, or their PA. But overall, improvements. Still need a bit more comprehensive understanding of the use of nuke in the lane, but those are additions. I'll put it in the document that the follow-up replay notes are looking to set up using your nuke as early in the wave as possible for attack speed. This is usually by hitting range creep. And then the other part is when the wave is in their tower, especially early levels, look to nuke them and the wave and just hit them, rather than holding it for CS. That'll benefit you a lot on your aggression in lane. Let's check out the other one. So the reason you don't want to nuke the range creep without killing it is because the range creep's going to die between the next time you have your nuke available. So if you can nuke it at a time that it's not going to die, which is like underneath their tower, then there's no downside, and we just want that attack speed. Interesting that you're buying yourself sentries. This isn't a very common thing for mid players to do. Maybe you found nobody dewards in your games and it's better for you. Be very wary of point of contact stuff where you're just like walking out to the rune as a ranged hero in front. That's kind of what fucked you there. You got yourself off to a really weak start by getting down to half and having to use two Django charges just to be effectively where you started. That was pretty good. I liked you walking up there. Sniper's like a meh matchup for you. Oh, look at that. You fucking right-clicked the range and then nuked it. Holy shit. Fucking PogChamp. Unfortunate that you didn't get the rune. I don't think you should be default buying a sentry every game, by the way. I think that's like a band-aid. Overall, this is way better, though. Dude, look at this. You're fucking... oh my god, look at that. Beautiful. Now you're just being late to runes, though, sadly. So this is a situation where I would nuke the wave, and then I would go base right now. Like, I would have just gone base. Because if you nuke the wave fast, then you can go base. Like, right now, I'd walk up, I'd do it again, I would nuke the wave. You're, like, doing a lot of random bullshit. I just want you to nuke the wave and go base. As soon as you can, with the fact that you don't have the rune. Just go base. But now we're kind of just sitting in lane consistently with no mana. You can go base now. Literally any of these last 3 waves. Could have gone base. Now we're just kind of staying on the map with no bottle charges, which sucks. But we end up getting a rune. I don't mind your approach overall. I would have just gone back to base any of those 3 times. Once he took your 4-minute rune, you kind of knew that you were going to have to go back to base. Would have stacked that camp. I mean, overall, this is good. I still... it's so interesting you find it better to go 3 points nuke, 4 points passive when the 4-point passive kills the range, but... I really think you're hurting yourself by doing this. I can only emphasize it. I want you to do what feels good to you, but I think it's really hurting you. Like, walking up and right-clicking the range there is... it made you take, like, 400 damage. As opposed to nuking the range from far and only having to attack melee creeps. Yeah, you missed a range creep because you have 3 points nuke. This is way, like, you're trying to control mid when you just don't have to. You could just be farming those camps. I think you're using these two camps about 40% as much as I would like you to. Just across both games. You're just not using them enough. You're doing better in using them, but it's not enough. Okay, so we lost mid tower. Not the end of the world. Same thing here. Go back to those camps. But you went to ward. I don't, like, hate the ward, but would have stacked that camp instead of... I would have just right-clicked it to stack it and then gone and picked up the rune. You're not stacking camps at the end of the minute, which is not ideal. Happened twice now. I like your patterns. They're just not efficient now, which is fine. Like, they're not as efficient as they could be. You're going to go back to mid. Yep, this is all good. Against lineups like Shaker Venge, I would hit the wave. I would hit the tower for like a second, and then I would just leave. I would never stay hitting the tower, because what happened to you there, where you take like half your HP and leave, it happens, and it's very predictable. So just be careful about how long you're allowed to hit the tower for against the given lineup. They have a lot of stuns on their team. I like that you went Dragonlance. I'm going to watch a bit more since I've been fast forwarding. Like, I like the tank, the survivability item. I would have looked to give myself a ward around... So, like, I'm telling you to play around this area, and it's funny because you're giving yourselves wards up here. Like, I would want the ward to be, like, here or here. Or even, like, on this high ground. You're kind of giving yourself, like, irrelevant wards to where you're playing. Not looking at the fight, which is not ideal. That worked out. Push the wave while they're dead. Take the tower. Very nice. You see that your silencer is in... Okay, you're going to go there. I would have gone bottom here. So I see where my entire team is right now, and I know that they're dead, so I would have gone like this to farm. But you went towards your team, and now you're kind of like sharing farm with your entire team, and you're all sitting in one area. So I don't love this choice to go this way instead of down. But I do like this. Very nice. I like that a lot. Very nice. Nice. So what happens here is I would not have stayed for this kill, but I guess they're just walking in one at a time and dying too. So that's nice. I would have gotten the kill on Centaur and then backed, expecting a response. I would have TP'd probably base there in order to get mana back, because now we're going to have to run base. I don't hate what you did there, where you're squeaking out the efficiency. I actually don't hate that. I think that's like a really, you know, niche call there and like, you know, nuance. So I like that you're really, it seems like you're really pushing the limits. For me, it's interesting that I look at the map right now, and based on what I see, I would have walked top. Because nobody's there, two teammates are mid. You're kind of just stealing their farm, to be honest. When there's a wave top to be farmed. So I'm not sure what... Maybe you're looking for a kill or something. But I would have much rather you had gone top there. Based on the map positioning or, like, orientation. I'm just nitpicking your efficiency because that's what we're going for. And I'll just say I do see a lot of progress. I don't mind the Lincoln's purchase. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to end it there. Overall, a little bit more use of these camps, for sure. Be wary of stacking this one on the minute mark. You can just right-click it if you have duration on your passive. If you don't have duration on your passive, you can nuke it. You're kind of spending a lot of time walking up to the range creep and hitting it, and it cost you a lot of HP in this lane, especially against a hero like Sniper. So I just want to emphasize how time and time again, like, I can't force you to choose 4 points in this over this, but it's literally, I want you to see why I'm telling you that. Specifically that one time Sniper almost killed you. However much further you have to walk to attack the range creep is how much more out of position it's putting you to put 3 points in this. So, yeah. Awesome, man. A lot of progress, though. Strongly consider maxing nuke to not have to walk up to range. Okay. More focus, more use of the 2 camps behind you in mid lane and stacking the 2nd camp when the minute mark is hitting. Overall, clear improvement in efficiency and autopilot. Nice.